Revenge films.
My name is Alyssa. I have a fiancé and his name is Ryan. Ryan and I have been dating for 2 years, and 2 months ago we became engaged. Ryan and I first met because we were working at the same company, even though we were in different departments. One day there was a work happy hour, and he and I hit it off and started dating shortly after. He was very kind, but every now and then he would tell me that glasses were lame and if possible to change to contact lenses. I was a little bit hurt when he said that glasses were lame, but whenever I would wear contact lenses, he would be really happy, so I tried to wear contact lenses whenever I could. Anytime I was going to see Ryan, I made sure that I always wore contact lenses until one day. When I put my contact lenses on in the morning, I felt a sharp pain in my eye, so I rushed to the hospital. That was when they told me that I had an eye infection. Before I started dating Ryan, I would spend most of my time in glasses, but he told me that he liked contact lenses, so we could meet at any given moment. And because I kept my contact lenses in all the time, my eyes must have been tired. The optometrist told me that I should refrain from using contact lenses for a while we waited for my eyes to heal. I was worried about how Ryan would react seeing me in glasses, but unless I fixed the eye infection in my eyes, either way, I wouldn't be able to wear contact lenses, so I decided to go and see him with glasses. On that day, Ryan and I had plans to go to a driving date, and then the dinner at a nice restaurant. When he came to pick me up and I got into the car, in an instant, Ryan got in a foul mood.
Why the hell are you wearing glasses? I always tell you that you better be wearing contact lenses whenever you see me.
I'm really sorry, but I have an eye infection right now, and the doctor told me to refrain from wearing contact lenses for a while until they heal. It's only for a short time, okay?
That's not okay. Even if it's just for the date, you need to put on contact lenses.
But I can't. If I put contact lenses on, then it burns my eyes and it hurts. Ryan started driving the car, but he was in such a bad mood that he barely even spoke to me the entire ride. And then, after sitting in the car in silence for a while, we were almost at the restaurant where we had a reservation when he suddenly slammed on the brakes. What's the matter? What happened? But then Ryan suddenly grabbed the glasses off of my face and he threw them out the window and into the street. What are you doing?
Shut up! If I have to go on a date with you and your glasses, everybody's gonna think that I'm lame too! I don't want to go on a date with a woman like that!
As he said that, he got out of the driver's seat and he came around the passenger seat. Even though I tried to resist, he forcibly dragged me out of the car. Stop it, please!
When you're wearing your glasses, you're so ugly! There's no way I can go into a restaurant with you! So I'm gonna drop you off right here and leave you here!
How could you? Please let me back in the car! I begged him, but without even looking back at me, he got back into the driver's seat. I heard him stick the key into the ignition of the car and he drove off, leaving me there in the middle of the road. This is a joke, right? Is he really just going to leave me here? He had just lost his temper, and surely he would turn right back around and come get me. That's what I believed, so I stood there in the same place and waited, but he didn't come back. It was already a nightmare and completely dark outside, and I couldn't see anything around me. I was so desperately feeling around the ground when a fragment of my broken glasses struck my hand and I got cut. Ouch! My glasses he threw out of the car had slammed into the ground and they had shattered into dust. Even though I couldn't see anything during the daytime without my glasses, it was already nighttime and completely dark outside. Not only that, but I was dropped off at a street that I didn't know at all and I went into a panic. Is anybody there? Can someone please help me? I tried to scream out, but there weren't any houses nearby either, and a few cars passed on the street. I thought it would be romantic to choose a hidden speakeasy-type restaurant for our date, but that decision was haunting me. Instead, I was left all alone in a dark, quiet street, completely lost. I tried to walk down the street, but I couldn't see anything at all, and I was overwhelmed with fear. I was begging inside for somebody to help me, and I started crying. Every now and then a car would pass by, but I didn't know what kind of person might be in the car. If it was a bad person, then they might be dangerous, so I didn't know what to do. All I could do was keep walking down this quiet street without much hope, when one car drove past me and then suddenly stopped and came back around again. Somebody came out of the car, but I couldn't see anything, and I couldn't tell what kind of person they were. So I got scared and started to run away, but they chased after me. I was running without being able to see anything, and no matter how hard I tried, I was at a disadvantage. It wasn't long before the guy caught up to me and he grabbed my shoulder and I screamed, "Stop! No!"
It's okay. Calm down. Everything's okay.
His voice came drifting over me, and I was able to calm down my breathing a little bit. Because I couldn't see anything, I couldn't tell, but based on his voice, the man seemed to be in his 20s or 30s. The man asked me why I was walking alone in a place like this. All my feelings came flowing out of me with tears in my eyes. I explained everything that happened to me over the last few hours. I wanted to call out for help with my cell phone, but Ryan drove off with the car, and he threw my cell phone out the window. Unfortunately, my phone was run over by another car, and there was no way to use it. The man very kindly listened to my situation. First, he let me into his car and he helped me find a nearby glasses shop. About 20 minutes after he drove in his car, perhaps he got into town, and the man stopped into a glasses shop for me and he bought me a pair of glasses. My purse that had my wallet was still in Ryan's car, and I didn't have any money on me, so I was truly grateful to the man. Not only that, did you go out of your way to pick me off the road? You even bought me a new pair of glasses. I'm so very sorry. As soon as I get my cell phone fixed, I would like to thank you properly, so will you please tell me your phone number?
Sure thing.
And so I was able to get the man's contact information. When I asked the guy for his name, he told me that his name was Stefan. In the end, after that, Mr. Stefan even treated me to dinner, and he took me back to my house on the way before we parted ways. The next day, the first thing I did was went to go fix my cell phone. Because the cell phone was run over by a car and destroyed, I would need to exchange it for a new one. They said it would take about 10 days. And during that time, I went to Ryan and told him that we were calling off the engagement. But then his response was that it would ruin his image, and he tried to yell at me that it was all my fault. But I couldn't possibly imagine marrying this guy anymore, so I refused to budge. After that, Ryan started spreading terrible rumors about me to the office. To my disbelief, he had changed the scenario that I had cheated on him and that he was the one that called off the engagement. Of course, there was no way that I could accept that, so I stormed into the department. What on earth is going on here? You know very well that I never cheated on you.
But nobody else knows that, do they? And besides, this is your fault. Anyway, we're trying to call off the engagement in the first place. This is happening because you didn't listen to me.
That's a given. Even though the doctor told me that I couldn't wear contact lenses, and on top of that, I can't believe what you did to me. There's no way I could marry someone that would do something so terrible.
Oh yeah? Well, I didn't want to marry an ugly pig like you either anyway. We're calling off the engagement, but you're gonna have to wear the name of the cheating woman on your sleeve at this company.
That's awful. You need to correct those lies.
No thanks.
I was so angry, but there was nothing that I could do about it. When right at that moment, one man stepped right in between me and my fiancé. You?
Mr. Vice President!
What? I was already shocked by seeing the man's face, but what even more shocked me was Ryan's words. When I looked at his name card, Stefan, it reminded me of the recent rumor I heard that the CEO's son was going to become the vice president pretty soon. And now that I think about it, I remembered that the CEO's name was in fact Stefan. After getting in between Ryan and I, Stefan turned to me and said this.
Even if nobody else believes in you, I'll believe in you. Because after you threw her out of the car and left her in the middle of the street at night, I'm the one who found her.
When he said that, Ryan had a shocked look across his face.
No way! You're lying! It's the truth. And I've already heard from her everything that you did to her. I plan on reporting this to the higher-ups. We don't need anybody in this company who could do such a cruel thing. Please wait!
Ryan was panicking and begging. Mr. Stefan released me from the situation and instead asked me if I was okay. And then he promised that he himself would correct all the rumors that were completely false and help me regain my reputation. After Mr. Stefan said that, the next day the rumors stopped so quickly that I almost couldn't believe it. And at the same time, Ryan was relegated under the guise of a transfer. When Ryan realized that his position was in danger, he came running back to me. He was begging at my feet to ask if I could talk to Mr. Stefan to forgive him, but of course, there was no way that I was going to have any pity for someone who would leave me in a place like that. After that whole incident, Mr. Stefan and I became closer and we started to see each other from time to time. 1 year after that, he proposed to me and we got married. As for my ex-fiancé, apparently he was relegated to the suburbs after that, but everybody heard about this terrible personality. I heard that currently he doesn't have any friends or anybody to talk to, and that he's always alone in the office as well. Apparently he wants to quit his job, but when our engagement was called off, I had to explain the situation to his parents and I collected a settlement fee from him. So even if he wants to quit, he can't. Although I'll never have a millimeter of sympathy for him.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.